a little look at how we're going to position our fiddle and hold it on our shoulder. Okay, now I did briefly mention in the first video, introducing you to your instrument, about a shoulder rest. Now this is optional. I would recommend using one. It does mean that it's easier to kind of just keep everything in place. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, but I think the quicker you get used to using one of these, the better. You will see players playing without one. Occasionally I will play without one, but usually only because I've forgotten it. So you don't have to start with a shoulder rest straight from the beginning. What you can do is use a folded up tea towel and rest that on your shoulder, which you might find a little bit more comfortable whilst you're getting used to the instrument. Alternatively, a sponge, which you can use elastic bands along that will come along here and then just fit underneath the sound post at the bottom there, and then they would be holding a sponge in place in the same kind of area as your old shoulder rest would sit. Now, putting the shoulder rest on, you want to make sure that it's clipped on at this sort of angle, and the side of the shoulder rest that sits underneath the chin rest, so on this side of the instrument, same side as the chin rest, is going to be the side that kind of curves towards the back of the fiddle, and that is going to be the bit that fits on your shoulder. Okay, now I mentioned that my fiddle, oh, and I will just show you actually what you can do once you've found a position that is most comfortable for your shoulder rest, after you've looked at how to position the violin on your shoulder. What you can do is you could pop a little sticker that you could then pop one on your violin there to line up, you know, where it's comfortable. On the other side you could have another sticker on that side there that would line up there, showing you, you know, where you've worked out is comfortable for you to have your shoulder rest. You won't need those on for long. You'll soon know. Okay, so how are we going to hold our instrument? So we're going to put it on our left shoulder. You are going to hold the left hand side of the instrument with your hand like this first of all, and you're going to lift the violin up to place it on your shoulder. Now, you don't want the violin to be going up in the air like this. You want everything to stay relaxed, and you want that violin to be staying kind of parallel with the floor, maybe just a tiny bit higher than parallel with the floor, but not like this, not like this. Okay, now your chin's going to rest on the chin rest. One of the things that people most commonly find tricky when placing the violin on your shoulder and getting used to how it wants to sit is how to get that chin sitting on that chin rest. So you don't want to overthink that. Have a go at find where that little post is on the bottom of your violin, and you're going to take that and you're going to feel this little indent in the middle of your neck. You're going to line that up with that indent in the middle of your neck, and then you're going to bring the violin round, place it on your shoulder, and you should find that your chin naturally kind of sits in the chin rest from doing that and bringing the violin around like this. Okay, give that another go. So, sound post in line with that little indent. And there you go. Then just get comfy. You don't want to be going like this and gripping your entire side of your face down on the chin rest. Practice this in front of a mirror. If you look if everything looks comfortable and just normal in a mirror, chances are you're doing it right. If anything looks a little bit off or you think that you look uncomfortable in the mirror, then go back and start again and think through, line it all up. You want to make sure that your elbow, there's a gap between your elbow and the side of your body here. You don't want this. You want to be keeping that up in the air, but not like this. Okay, so that's how you're going to hold your violin. Right, keep that there. You're probably going to find that you're going to ache. Well, whilst getting used to holding the violin up in the air. But the more you play, the more you practice, you know, you're not going to think about it anymore. Okay, so let's have a little look at plucking the strings. I'm just going to swap my violin over. I was just using that one because, like I said in the previous video, mine's got a centred shoulder rest, so it's a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to keep our hand for now just on the side of the violin there. We're not going to worry about trying to hold it up the neck just yet. We're just going to get used to plucking the individual strings. So like I said in the first video, we've got G, D, A and E, which we can remember by good dogs always eat. Right, in order to pluck these strings comfortably, what we're going to do, hold your right hand in the air first of all, give you a little wave. You're then going to take your thumb and you're going to place your thumb just under the corner of the fingerboard here. You're going to pluck using your index finger. Now you don't want to be taking your finger and kind of getting it right underneath the string and twanging it. It's going to sound horrible. You're creating more work for yourself. You're not going to play in tune, and it's going to make the strings go out of tune because you're giving them such welly. So you just want to be stroking the string really, really gently with your finger. Okay, so first of all I'll pluck a pattern of notes to you on the G, then pluck them back to me. And another pattern. Try up on the D. Then last of all up to the E. Okay, now we're going to pluck each string starting from the E all the way down to the G. I'll play you a pattern note, then play it back to me. Good. Okay, hopefully your finger doesn't hurt. It might feel a little bit tingly because it's just something that you're not used to doing. Right, let's have a go at, we're going to pluck through a tune that we'll play together. So I'm going to set a metronome up as we're learning this. Now you're starting down on the G and just using the G and the D string, and you're just going to be plucking again. Okay, so I'm going to set this to 80 beats per minute, I reckon. Okay, so we're going to start off down on the G, and the first part of the tune is going to use 4 times on the G. So it's going to sound like this: 3, 4. And you're aiming to pluck on that metronome beat. Let's give that a go together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now you're going to add on 4 times on the D string immediately afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to go back down to the G, and we're going to do another 4 times on the G, on that bottom string. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to finish that off with a bar of music that uses 2 different notes. So we're going to finish with 2 times on the D and then 2 times on the G. So now let's try and play through the whole thing, adding on that D, D, G, G at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and again. This time we're going to go around the whole thing twice in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Great. Okay, now same thing, but this time you're going to play that by yourself. If you're not comfortable with it yet, then pause the video, go back until you're comfortable just playing through it without any prompt. And then after 4, you're going to play through it again at exactly the same pace, so you're going to be playing your beat on that metronome tick, G, 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 G. I'm going to be playing something else at the same time as you. But you'll find that the rhythm of what I'm playing doesn't always match up to the rhythm of your part, so really concentrate on that metronome tick, which is really close to the camera, so it's going to be really blooming loud. Okay, so you're going to be able to hear that all right. Okay, so after 4, we'll play through these together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Okay, you've just played your first piece of music on the fiddle. Well done.